The Penguin showrunner and executive producer explain why Batman won't appear in the Penguin series. This is from Comic Book Movie, and this is Mark Cassidy and Josh Wilding. Despite reliable sources claiming that Robert Pattinson will make an appearance as the Dark Knight in the Penguin spin-off series, Matt Reeves and showrunner Lauren LaFranc recently debunked these reports, explaining that they simply didn't feel the need to have the Gotham's protector make his presence felt. Now, LaFranc has elaborated on why they felt it wasn't a good idea to have Batman catch up with the Oz Cobb, Colin Farrell, after the events of the movie, and it's partially down to the Cape Crusader not seeing Oz as a big enough threat to bother keeping an eye on. It's interesting because Matt and I always talked about the fact that in truth, his version of Gotham City is very grounded. Batman's not everywhere, she tells Cinnamon Blend. It's a big city, and also it has been established in the film that he doesn't really pay attention to Oz. He doesn't think he's really worth paying attention to in that regard. And so, honestly, we didn't really think in terms of this idea that Batman would be watching. We were just really more focused on following our characters on our show. Talking to Total Film, the Batman director and the Penguin executive producer Matt Reeves said, "I'm a point of view filmmaker. When I'm doing a Batman story, Batman and Bruce is going to be the main point of view. To explore the Rogues Gallery, they could never get the real estate we do in a series. So Batman is in this show only as a sense that he is a presence," he continued. "You're aware that all of these events began because of the Riddler, but the Riddler doesn't appear, and Batman doesn't appear." Push on whether Pattinson appears in any manner, Reeves responded, "Rob is not going to be in the show. I'd rather take the Band-Aid off now. We did talk about all that, but we felt the best way to do this was to go on a grand exploration of a guy grabbing for power in this moment. This will disappoint many fans and in some respects feels like a missed opportunity. However, the Batman 2 is still being written, and we imagine enlisting Pattinson for a scene or two might have involved spending more money than HBO would have liked. Remember, this was originally conceived as a straight-to-streaming series." Okay, am I bummed out that you're not going to see Batman in this even for like a small second, or Bruce Wayne for a small second? Yes. But I think the logic of the idea of Batman not being everywhere, like he, at least not where we are. Remember, this was year 2 Batman. So he was still getting his groove, and we see him falling asleep a little bit more, and he really doesn't have the network out there quite that he would want to quite yet. I think all of that makes sense. We also saw that he really kind of saw Penguin as just this little informant that he could beat up the way that we normally see him do like small lieutenants or henchmen or whatever. But he treated Penguin like one of them little bitches. And so like it makes sense that we're not there yet. I think eventually we'll get there, but I don't think we're there yet for Batman to be in Penguin's life. And I think by the time this series is over, you will get a situation where now he realizes, oh, I got to pay attention to this guy. So if the only thing that you get of Batman is maybe once Penguin is done at the end of the series and you don't see Pattinson, but you see like the cowl and the cape are like looking over him and then kind of watch off. And then maybe that's the situation of, okay, maybe I got to keep an eye on this asshole. That would make sense to me, but I think all of the logic that was put out here makes sense why they didn't do it. I think the more important one is probably the HBO budget. If you're cutting House of the Dragon's budget, you think they're just going to hand you more money to bring Pattinson into the Penguin? It's not going to happen because I know Colin Farrell got paid a lot of money for this. There's no way he didn't. So yeah, I'm curious what you think. Let me know in the comments. Are you kind of bummed out that we're not going to see Batman or not? Let me know.